A 19th century English opium trader has been asked to deliver a letter to Queen Victoria by the Chinese imperial commissioner. The letter pleads with the Queen to stop the English getting the Chinese addicted to opium. But will anything be done considering the Queen likes to take drugs herself? A lot of drugs. This is Lord Arlington Bangs talking to his friend who's a Duke. Of course we wanted to get the Chinese strung out an opium. I mean, it worked an absolute treat. In Queen Victoria, we were the biggest drug empire the world had ever seen. We weren't just going to let it disappear. More and more Chinese picked up the habit and the market really opened up before us. It's simply ours for the taking. I mean, by 1838 we were selling roughly 1,400 tons of opium per year to China. We were making an absolute fucking fortune. Then the Chinese Imperial Commissioner named Chairman Lin asked me to deliver a letter to Queen Victoria, so I travelled from Canton in China to Windsor Castle in England. I bowed to Her Majesty, who had quite the drug habit herself. I needed some more pharmaceuticals than a fucking chemist. After formalities were concluded, we then scuttled off to raid the medicine cabinet. We then proceeded to get ripped to the absolute gills on laudanum, cocaine, and a final whack of chloroform, which fucking It's nothing quite like getting off your bean with the Queen. Royal highness for nothing. I mean, you couldn't get any fucking higher. Anyway, after a few hours of indulgence, we then decided to read Chairman Lin's letter, which talked of the immorality and injustice of the British Empire getting the Chinese addicted to opium. Would we please stop? I mean, for God's sake, what on earth did you take us for? We're the biggest narcos the world has ever seen. There's not an opioid I would not or could not sell. Chairman Lin became all upset when we didn't reply to his letter as if we would. And then he became frightfully aggressive. One thing led to another and the first opium war began. We blew them sky high, of course, pretty sea power. I mean, come on, the poor things were a touch naive about their chances, wasn't it? So for our troubles, we imposed a very unequal Treaty of Nankin, getting pretty much what we wanted. Opening up more ports for trade, etc., and thus putting China onto a pathway to a century of humiliation, conquest, and exploitation. And for me, it all went quite well, to be honest. I bought myself numerous estates and really had the most marvellous of times. I don't think the Chinese are much to worry about. I can't see them doing the Navy and taking over the oceans. But all these gone by then, so if we poke the dragon, we poke the fucking dragon.